Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am filming a reading vlog. Fun fact, this is the second time I filmed this intro. I did film it and then I don't know what happened to the clips. Like they're like in my camera but like I can't play them. They're kind of just like, I don't know what's wrong with them. I can't play them, and so we're redoing this, which is why the video didn't go up, because I was just like, I'm not about to do that right now. No, not about to do that right now. So we're doing it now, and I have read the book that I'm going to show you, but it's life. So yeah, this video is going to be me reading books recommended by K-pop idols, because during this week that I was filming it, I was going to a K-pop concert. I was going to see Stray Kids perform on June 6th. So as you can see, this was last week, and I was going to go see them perform, and it was a great fun time. And this is 2 weeks ago. It doesn't matter. It was not this week that I'm posting this, and it was a amazing time. I had the greatest time, but that was why I wanted to post it then, because it was K-pop week for me. Okay, it was K-pop week, and so that didn't end up happening, but I did go see Stray Kids that week and it was so great. So I was like, let me read books recommended by K-pop idols, and let me tell you how difficult that was. First of all, it was very difficult because I wanted to do groups that I listened to or that I knew, and I didn't want to just do like random K-pop idols that I had no idea who they were. So there was that. I had to narrow it down to the ones that I knew. Also, a lot of them are like Korean books that I needed to either have translated or whatever. Couldn't find, like Hyunjin was the only one from Stray Kids that like had a recommendation, and it was a book that I couldn't buy on Amazon, and that wasn't translated into English from what I was seeing. And then the last thing, what was the last thing? Oh, books I had already read. So those were the three issues that I was having with this video, but I did end up finding three. One of them is a little bit of a stretch, I'm not gonna lie. One of them is a stretch, and that is the first book we're going to talk about. If you guys are seeing this band-aid, I cut myself. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. But I cut myself when I was making lemon bars, so ignore that. But the first book that I'm going to be reading is Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. I was about to say Alice Oseman, but Nick and Charlie, that's not what it is. Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman, which is a novella of the Heartstopper series, and Lily of nmixx recommended this book. This is the one that I said was a little bit of a stretch, because technically, like, it's a part of the Heartstopper series, but like it's not a Heartstopper book, but it is. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. But yeah, this is the first book we're going to be reading. I have already read this book. I will give no spoilers as to how I felt about it. But this is the first book, Lily of nmixx. nmixx is a girl group, and they made Love Me Like That, and that's all I pretty much know about them. And they made O.O. I don't know how to pronounce that song's name. I feel like it's O.O. But they made that song too, and those songs are just so amazingly good. So love that for them. But I don't like this group from Lily. I don't really follow her group. I don't really follow nmixx. There's very few girl groups that I really follow, and unfortunately nmixx is not one of them, but I think I am gonna have to get into them, guys. I think I am. I am mostly a boy group listener, but I do dibble and dabble into the girl groups sometimes, and Let Me Like That just has been on, it's been on it, so I love that song. But yeah, Lily of nmixx did this one, and I guess I should do a little bit of a disclaimer. The first two like groups that I kind of like took things from, I've only listened to 2 of nmixx songs, I'm not gonna lie, but I know of nmixx, I know Lily, so that's why. And then the next one, I don't listen to the group's songs, but I do listen to their solo songs, so I think that's enough, and I know the people in that group. And then the last group, they're the ones that got me into this, okay? So there's a little spoiler for you guys if you guys know me at all, but that's the intro to this video, the second intro to this video, and I will see you guys when I start reading.
한숨 속에 섞인 감정들이 막상 마주치며 교차하며 갈피를 못 잡듯이 갈피를 못 잡듯이 또 지나가는 길 이 짧고 긴 시간 동안 주변 모습이 다 달라져 있어도 목적지는 항상 같아 Maybe you can't feel the pressure that I've been living on I can say that it's been on my mind But I'm moving along 스쳐 지나가는 불빛 속에 흩어져가는 사람들 사이에 다가오는 표정들 뒤에 Maybe one day it'll feel alright 사라진 것을 쫓아가다 보면 어느새 아무렇지 않은 표정으로 한참을 걸었어
Guys, it's Stray Kids Day, guys. I'm literally, it's 3:20 right now and I see them in 4 hours. 4 hours. That's crazy. In person with my own 2 eyes. We'll be in the same room. That's insane. But that's why I need to film this update because I need to start getting ready because I want to be there by like 6:30 and I'm hoping the lines aren't too long. I don't think they will be because yeah, let me tell you, there's been some drama. So I need to talk to somebody about this because I'm just like, what the heck. So I never get like GA standing, GA in general. I don't get because it's usually standing and I am a short girl and I know that I'm not gonna be able to see if I get GA. And with most of the time with GA, they either like give you a random number or people camp. With Stray Kids in particular, this tour, they were giving out random numbers and they said do not camp. First of all, I think camping is like kind of crazy. I think it's, why would someone want to like stay outside for like hours and just like, I don't know, like I get you want to like, especially if you're like with trying to get a good spot like at the barricade, I get it, but also like, don't y'all want to like shower before y'all see them? I don't know. But so Globe Life, which is where the concert is, said no camping. And so I wake up today and I knew I wasn't gonna get there until like later. Me will never be at a concert 4 hours before, 8 hours, 12 hours before. No, you will never catch me doing that. Absolutely not. Especially if I know what my seat is. I have a determined, like I have a, what's the word? A set seat. You're not seeing me there. 2 hours max, I'll get there, but anything before that, no. You're not seeing me that early. But Globe Life said that you can't camp, and I wake up this morning and I'm in a couple of different like group chats for the Stray Kids concert, and there's a Facebook group for it, and someone's literally like, I hope you're happy, you guys complained and cried about it and now everyone's getting random numbers and like they're not honoring the campers, which they already said they weren't going to honor the campers. But y'all, it was a whole thing. The lady was like, first of all, grown woman, I don't know, she was like, she's like, I'm gonna have my elbows ready she's like, I'll do anything to get to that barricade. Let's calm down. But also, I really hope that they they act their age, but also act like they have some home training, because Stray Kids, Bangchan, let me tell you, he doesn't play. There was one time this happened, they were like pushing out the barricades trying to get like to the front, and they walked off that stage and didn't come back. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping that they get it together and we get to see them, because I want to see them, and who knows the next time they're coming back. So there's a drama with that. This is why I get actual seats, and I don't do that GA stuff, because too much for me. I am perfectly fine here, peaceful at my home, and I will get to the venue and I will get my seat, and I will not be fighting anyone, because no. Anyways, updates. I have yesterday, on on Wednesday, I finished Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. This literally took me an hour. It's like 130 pages, so it's really short. I think I'm going to give this a, I feel like it's really hard to rate novellas, because there's so much like smashed into one book, and it's just like a lot. So I think I might give this like a 3, because everything that was happening here, I feel like, is low-key just what happens in book 5. Low-key. So it just didn't really add anything for me. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. I mean, it was cute. I loved seeing Nick and Charlie. I love these characters. I love them. But it just didn't really add anything for me in that aspect. But if you just want to say that you've read the entire series, I mean, it's here. But like I said, this was a recommendation from Lily, who is a part of nmixx. Love them. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't really listen to their music. I think I've listened to 2 of their songs, and one of them I was like obsessed with. Obsessed. Like, it was a problem. I used to listen to Love Me Like That every single day. Every single day. No, without fail. So this was her recommendation. I'm gonna give it a 3. I feel like novellas are really hard, unless you're Frederick Bachman, to be rated high, because I just feel like there's just too much smashed into one, and it just feels rushed. I'm just like overstimulated. But since then, I have started The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which was a recommendation from got7's Jin Young. If you guys know who got7 is. I mean, I think everyone knows who got7 is. I've only listened to that I know of, that I can like say off the top of my head. I've listened to Girls, I think that's what it's called, and Python. That one just came out. I've listened to those songs. I don't know how I feel about Python. I think I might have to listen to it some more and figure out my thoughts on it. But right now, I'm a little iffy with that song. But I do listen to their solo music. I love Bam Bam. I love his music, and I love Jackson Wang. Those two, yeah. So I listen to their solo music, but I just don't really listen to their group music. But I've been told that I should, so like maybe I should just give it a try. But this was his recommendation. I have read The Fault in Our Stars. Now, mind you, I think I was like 12 maybe when I read that, and I'm now 20, so that was like 8 years ago. I don't remember the book, but I do remember that movie. That movie has stuck with me. I've watched that movie maybe 3 times, and I have not watched that movie in a very long time. Like, I cannot tell you the last time I watched the movie. It was definitely, we were in New York, and it was, I think, before we moved to the last house we lived in New York. So I'm just like, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and we moved into that last house I think in 2018, so that was 7 years ago. So I mean, it's been a long time since I've watched the movie and read the book, but like I said, that movie sticks with me. I remember everything from the movie. So this is kind of just like a nostalgia read, and also because it was actually very hard to find books that I owned that K-pop idols recommended. But I started this on Thursday, And the book goes by pretty fast. There's only 313 pages in this book, and it's young adult and it's entertaining, so it's super easy to read. I'm on page 64, which is chapter 5. I mean, it's good, it's entertaining, it's really bringing me back to my childhood, and you know, we love that. But I guess I could read you the back of it. It's very short. It says, despite the tumor shrinking medical miracle that has brought her a few years, Hazel has never been anything but terminal. Her final chapter inscribed upon diagnosis. But when a gorgeous plot twist named Augustus Waters suddenly appears at Cancer Kid Support Group, Hazel's story is about to be completely rewritten. Insightful, bold, irreverent, and raw, The Fault in Our Stars brilliantly explores the funny, thrilling, and tragic business of being alive and in love. So, yeah. But like this book, I feel like, because like I said, I remember everything from the movie, and I feel like they did very well. There's parts of this book that I can visualize because it was in the movie. And I feel like nowadays it's really just not like that anymore. Like, so many things are changed within movies and books, and they did it right. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I need to get in the shower and get dressed for this concert, guys. It's so crazy. I'm going alone because I didn't find anyone to go to. Usually, like with P1 Harmony in May, I like contacted like me and a group of girls that met up at the concert, but I didn't do that this time, and I mean, like, it's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go get ready. Those were my updates, and I will come back to you guys when I have myself situated and ready for this concert. I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
열차에 갇힌 손잡이처럼 달아있는 저 의자들처럼 가끔 한참 동안 가만히 있을래. And maybe you can feel the pressure that I've been living on. I can say that it's been on my mind, but I'm moving along. 스쳐 지나가는 불빛 속에 흩어져가는 사람들 사이에 다가오는 표정들 뒤에 Maybe one day it'll feel right. 스쳐 지나가는 불빛 속에 흩어져가는 사람들 사이에 다가오는 표정들 뒤에 Maybe one day.
We are indeed in the same spot that I was in the last clip, but it is 3 days later. 3 days? Yes, 3 days later. So really living up to the assumption that I'm bad at vlogging, really living up to that, because I am. So we don't need to talk about it. I am self-aware, and I don't need anyone to tell me what I'm bad at. Okay, I understand. But guys, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. I will talk about that later on because it has to do with the next book we're reading. But let's talk about the Stray Kids concert, guys. Oh my goodness. I've only been to 2 K-pop concerts in my life, and that was just so... First of all, it was at the Globe Life Field, which is where the Texas Rangers play. That place is huge. That place is humongous. What the heck? There was so many people in there. It was so fun. And it was so nice to like see them and hear these songs that I listen to like on a daily basis be performed like in person. And now, like when it happened with P1 Harmony, when I listen to these songs and I'm like I can picture it because like I was there and I saw it with my 2 eyes. Like it was like actually insane. But I did get some merch. Let me show you the merch. So I really wanted to get a shirt and I'm like, I ended up like buying a shirt like when I think it was Sunday, because I was like, when I was in the merch line, first of all, one thing about me, I am an introvert and I'm gonna make myself have the least amount of social interaction possible, and I'm also low-key people pleaser, so I don't want to like be a nuisance. I don't want to like make things harder for people, right? So I was in this line. There was a bunch of people in this line too, right? And so I get up there and I'm like as I'm walking up into the line, I'm like, I'm gonna get a shirt, I'm gonna get the jacket, and I'm gonna get the tote bag. Done, right? Oh, and I was gonna get a keychain because I love keychains. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna get, right? So I get up to like it's my turn in line, right? And so I'm like, can I get like the zip up? And she's like, yeah, what size? I told her the size. She gets me the zip up. She's like, what else do you want? And I'm like, the keychain and the tote bag. And she's like, so she gives me the tote bag and then she's like, we don't have the keychain. And that made me pause. So I'm like, what do you mean you were supposed to have the keychain? What do you mean you don't have the keychain? This was not part of the script. My mom likes to laugh at me because I stress out. I make things in my head. Like in my head there's a script and you're supposed to follow the script that you don't know is there. And she didn't follow the script, so I'm like, what? You don't have one? And she's like, no, we don't have anything. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, is that it? And then in my brain I'm like, girl, get the shirt. But then I'm like, I've already been here for too long, because then she just had to tell me that that they didn't have the keychain. So like now I've taken too much time and I just need to leave. So I didn't get the shirt. More of the story, I didn't get the shirt because I freaked out and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then I just paid for what I got. So I ended up just ordering the shirt, so that'll be here at a later date. It's literally just a tour shirt, that's all it is. It has all the dates and that's it. I'm sure you guys have seen it other places. That is on its way. But what I did get was the zip up hoodie. Okay, I zipped it up so you guys could see it. So it says Stray Kids on the front, right? And then on the back it just says Dominate, because that was the name of the tour and their recent album. So that's the zip up. I've been really into zip up hoodies because I feel like they're easy than like a sweatshirt, because you can unzip it and take it off. It's just way easier, you know, more accessible. So I've been loving a zip up, and it's bigger and it's so soft, guys. It's so soft. So I got this, and then I also got, I'm a reader, we love tote bags. I got a tote bag that says Stray Kids. Isn't it so pretty? I actually love it. It's so simple, and I will never pass up a tote bag, let me tell you that. I will never pass up a tote bag. And then I guess I can show you the freebies, because I got a couple freebies. Not as much as I got at the P1 Harmony concert, but I also went to the P1 Harmony concert. I got there I think 2 hours before the concert started, and I got to the Stray Kids concert an hour before it started, and the lines were absolutely insane, so I didn't really get many freebies. In fact, most of them, the two that I got 2 freebies, and I got them after the concert, so I'll show you what they are. So the first freebie I got from one of the girls that was sitting next to me. It came with this cute little bracelet. I love getting bracelets at K-pop concerts, but it just says so good. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it just says so good, so cute. And then it came with like stickers and like a homemade photo card. Let me tell you before I show you my bias in Stray Kids. I have 3. Lino, aka Mino, aka Lino, Sungmin, and Hyunjin. Those 3 are my favorites, and Hyunjin is like my top. So I was very excited when I opened it and saw that it was Hyunjin. So homemade photo card. Is it a homemade one actually? Yeah, it's a homemade one. And then I think this is just a sticker, and then we have 2 smaller stickers of Hyunjin. So I was very excited when I got that. And she didn't even ask me. She was just like, do you want a freebie? And I'm like, yes, I want a preview. I'm like, yeah, of course. And so she gave me this, and I was very excited when I saw it was Hyunjin because yeah, I was very excited. So that was the first freebie, and then I got this one when I was standing in the merch line. Let me show you. I haven't even opened this one, but from what I've seen, this one is like the duos of Stray Kids. Oh my gosh, if I could get it out, that would be amazing. So it came with these like foam stars, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but they're cute or whatever. So I got those, and then it came with a bracelet. It says Deadpool on it. I'm a Marvel girl, so I mean, that's great. But it's because I got, well, there's two in here. Sorry, I didn't even know that was in there. Okay, so the duo I got was nmixx, which is Hyunjin and Felix. Do I need to say anything else? No, I don't. These two together, love them. But like, beautiful. Anyways, I got nmixx in their duo, and then it came with this. It's like a sticker, or not a sticker. It's like, I'm using this as a bookmark. I hope y'all know this. But it's like the ticket for the concert. But because no one got paper tickets for the concert, they're all online now. You know how it is. So this is so nice. I love that. So those were the freebies that I got, and I'm very happy with everything that I got. I was honestly, because I got there so late, I wasn't expecting to get any freebies, but the fact that I got any just makes me very happy. The fact that I even got to go and see Stray Kids just makes me very happy. One of the best experiences. I just think that like any type of concert is a really good experience, but like just because of their music and how like hype it is, kind of, it's just, I don't know. I had a great time. I had so much fun, and I would definitely recommend if Stray Kids is ever in your state or country, I guess, because they are not from the United States, you should go see them if you're into that type of music. So yeah, that's a recap on there. But now that we've talked about all the fun things with the concert, we can now talk about the book that I finished, I think the day after. I finished it on Saturday, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Like I said, I've read this book before. I read it when I was like 12, so it was 8 years ago. Yeah, I'm a little old, as my cousins would say. I'm not really old, guys. But I read this. I think that a lot of my ratings recently are purely based on the fact of what is going on in my life currently. And this book, if you guys don't know what this book is about, it is very much about like grief and loss and sickness and all of that stuff. So if you don't enjoy that, maybe don't read this. But I love a deeper book. I do. And I think because of what has been going on in my life recently, you guys know, this book was a 5-star because I can kind of like relate to this book in multiple different ways. But I gave this a 5-star. I thought it was really good. It was young adult, so it was really easy for me to like get through and read. But also, this book is also just really entertaining, so it's easy to read because you want to keep reading. This book is extremely sad. I did not cry, but that's only because I forced myself not to. I wasn't gonna let myself cry. But it is super sad. It's talking about very deep and very emotional things. This was a 5-star. I would recommend it if you think you can handle it. I'm pretty sure it was 5-star then. I don't think I was rating books at 12, but if I was, I'm sure this was a 5-star, and it holds up, and I think this is a book that everybody should read. This is like an OG. Like, this is an OG book, and I feel like this is one of the good ones. This is one of the good ones. Now, for the reason why I'm so excited, guys. So, if you guys, well, you guys obviously know I'm into BTS. The reason why I'm into K-pop is because of, I feel like a lot of people, I feel like there's like major groups that people are like, that get people into K-pop. It's like Stray Kids, BTS. I feel like EXO is like one of them. I feel like EXO gets people into K-pop. Blackpink. I feel like there's major groups that get people into K-pop, and BTS was my entrance into this world of Korean pop music. And they were in the military, and they're out. They're out. Well, right now, 4 out of 7 of them are out. It's RM and Namjoon are RM and Namjoon, that's the same person. RM and Taehyung are out of the military, and they literally just got back today. And he is who recommended the next book. And the book is 1984 by George Orwell, which I have started. I am a whole 17. Okay, Stephen King does this. They did this in Frankenstein, at least the edition that I have. Like, they do this in books, and it actually really bothers me. It bothers me a lot. But it's the thing where like the chapters start in the freaking middle of the page. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Please stop. But I am 17 pages in, 1 chapter in, and so far I'm liking it. But I can tell that this book is going to be very political, and I am one to straight like not talk about politics because I'm not confrontational, and it like scares me a little bit. I'm not confrontational, and politics are very confrontational, but I feel like I fear this book is going to force me to talk about that. So that'll be fun. But like the 17 pages that I've read is very much political, so yeah. But from what I've heard about this book, it's really good. It's very powerful, and it like has a lot of parallels to the life that we are living right now. So like, again, scary. But I'm excited to read this. I want to get halfway before I go to sleep. I do not work tomorrow. I work on Wednesday, but like it's Monday, so like I said, I don't work tomorrow. And I'm listening to this as I read it because I have to do that with classics, especially if they're like classic, like they were made like a long time ago. I have to like listen to them as I read them because for some reason like the double makes me digest it better. And this was made in 1949 was the first copyright. Then the second copyright, then it was renewed in 1977. So, yeah. That was a very long time ago. And then this edition was in 2017. So that was 8 years ago. So, like, I in order for me to digest it, like I need to like listen to it and read it at the same time. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Based on how fast I listen to audiobooks, this one specifically, I'm listening to it at a 2.2 times speed because I also can't listen to any audiobooks on like its regular speed. My brain just doesn't process. In fact, if it's that slow, I'll start like, my brain will wander. So I have to listen to it that fast. I know some people are like, you're not really grasping anything. My brain doesn't grasp the information if it's slower than 2 times. Like it just doesn't do it. So like this, I'm listening to at a 2 times 2 speed. I might raise it, but right now like that's good for me. So from what it says, I have 5 hours and 15 minutes left of this, which means like 2.5-ish hours would be like halfway. and that would take me to like 2 in the morning, which is fine. Also, another thing I wanted to update you guys, because this is a new development and it's better for my mental health. So I have like a schedule in my phone, like a rough schedule of like when I post videos, when I should start videos, so on and so forth. But it usually tends to not do that. So what I'm gonna do is say you guys will always get at least one video a week, always, whether that's on a Monday or a Friday or Saturday or Wednesday. You will always get a video a week, at least one. Maybe you'll get 2 videos a week. It'll never be more than 2. I'm gonna tell you that now. It'll never be more than 2, but you guys will always get 1 video a week. It just won't be on a set day, because in my head I try to do things on set days, and I'm like, okay, this needs to be done by Friday, and then I try to get it done by Friday, and then it doesn't get done by Friday, and then I'm really hard on myself, and then I'm angry at myself, and then I'm mean to myself. So I don't want to be doing that. So I'm kind of like scrapping due dates for me. Like, I have like a date that I would like it to be done by, but if it's not done by that date, it's fine. As long as the video is up that week, I'm okay. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do now, because the fact, like, it's just the act of like trying to get everything done in time and then not getting done on time that is just like stressing me out. So from now on, there's no like set days that I'm gonna post. I'm just gonna post at least 1 day a week, and that'll be the video, and then maybe you guys will get another surprise video. So that's the update on my scheduling now. There's no schedule, just a video a week. And yeah, so if y'all don't watch this video, y'all won't know, but for the people who watch this video, now y'all know. So there's that. Those are my updates. That was like kind of a long time. That was kind of a lot, but I'm gonna go read, and I will see you guys at another time.
Maybe one day it'll feel alright. The city hasn't broke me yet, full of lonely people just wandering around for their own mistakes. When you feel like your life's about only things, you stay around looking for the meaning. 너무 피곤해, but I remember how I made it through, and I thought it was cruel before. Then I miss him too. Then my heart beats to die again. If all of me can be at peace, and it's hitting me hard this time. If all of me can feel this free, but I may.
It is now officially time for me to end this video. Yay. I feel like I low-key look like a nerd. I feel like, well, I mean, I have a book channel. I don't think I need to say anything else, but I feel like when I put my hair in a ponytail, I have my glasses on. Well, I always have my glasses on, but when I look like this, it gives nerd. But that's okay. Anyway, it's time to like really end this video. Let's talk about the books I read. We're gonna talk about 1984 last, and just overview, wait, not overview, recap the books that I have already read, that you guys have already heard me talk about. First book of this video was Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. I gave this a 3.5. If I didn't, that's what it is now. I liked it. It was cute. It was very much rushed, but it's a novella, so like what can you expect from that? Really nothing. So I'm not surprised. I feel like we're too dark. I feel like this was rushed. It's a novella. I can't really expect more, but I do love the characters. So this was a 3.5. It was very just middle of the road, mid. But it was cute. Well, actually, no, it really wasn't. It was actually kind of sad. But this was the first book recommended by Lily from nmixx. And then the next book I read was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This book, I gave a 5-star. I gave a 5-star. It was good then, it's good now. I think this is just one of those books that's just like a timeless book. Like, it's never going to get bad. Like, it just, there's no way. There's no way. And you can try and convince me and I'm gonna be like, no, you're wrong. So Fault in Our Stars is a 5-star. It's a really sad, heavy-hitting, deep book. If any of you guys know what The Fault in Our Stars is about, you know that. But yeah, and I just think it's very ironic when this song, or when the movie came out, they had the song Boom Clap by Charlie XCX, and I think this is very much a full circle moment, because I have been obsessed with the song Party For You by Charlie XCX. So I think full circle moment there. What a coincidence. And then the last book I read was recommended by Namjoon of BTS. So I really wanted to like this book, and that is 1984 by George Orwell. I am giving this book a 3-star. Let me explain myself. This is a classic. This is a very well loved book. I think I've really only seen good things about this book. The book is not bad. The book is not bad by any means. It is a good book. It's a good written book. I just had some qualms with it. This book is very misogynistic, but I think it is supposed to be. It's supposed to be misogynistic. But I mean, I personally don't want to read about that. Personally, of course. But like, that's one of the main themes in this book. Also, the point that is trying to be made in this book is made in this book, but I think it definitely like overpowers everything else that is happening in this book, and it kind of like takes center stage for the entire thing, which, like, if it's an overarching theme, that's like, it's fine, but I think we also kind of need some other things thrown in within that, so it's not like, it's not too much, it's not like overwhelming. And I think it was overwhelming in this book, like how heavy-handed and how into it we got in this book, because it was just like, can we get a break? Can we get a break? This book, I think there was a lot of interesting topics in this book. I think that a lot of the things talked about in this book was something that was very important, and a lot of people say that this book parallels our world now, and I do agree with that to an extent. But this book was also just so like sad. It was sad and hopeless. It was like, just throughout the entire thing, there was one thing that could have been like a happy thing, and even that was tainted. Like, there was just nothing that was happy about this book at all. Like, not one thing about this book was happy. But there are a lot of like themes in this book, like I said, that I think were interesting and important, like the fact that your mind can be, like, if you don't want to think for yourself, you can be easily manipulated, and how, like, all of that, things with the brain, how influenced you are by the things around you, all of that. I think it was very interesting, but there were points in this book where I was just like, I'm ready for it to be over. I'm a little bored. There was points in this book where I was bored. I'm just gonna say it, I was bored at some points. I think there was maybe like, I think for 30% of the book, and this is not like a consecutive 30%, like I think like throughout the book there's probably 30% where I was like really locked in, interested and intrigued by what I was reading, but like the other 70% I was like bored. Like, I was just like, what are we doing? Because it's very, like, the book is very repetitive. It's kind of like, I feel like it's like low-key the same thing, especially after, like, there's one major thing that happens, like, I want to say like maybe like 20% of the way through the book, there's one major thing that happens, and after that it kind of seems very repetitive. But the book is not bad. I can see why so many people love this book. I just don't think it was a classic for me, and that's okay. That's fine. So those are my thoughts on 1984 by George Orwell. 3-star. Numj recommended it, and I'm glad that I read it, but it just, unfortunately, like Almond and Kim Namju, born 1982. Unfortunately, this one just didn't hit like those ones hit, but that's okay. Reading is very subjective. I'm not gonna love every single book that I see people recommend, and that is fine. So those were the books that I read in this video. If you guys have read these books, let me know how you feel about them, specifically 1984. I want to hear some thoughts about that. Let me know how you guys feel about that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.